So today, I thought I would talk about what is your potential? What is it that's available to each of us? What is it that we are here to become? Is there something we are to become? You see, I think we've got to start with the idea that we are each of us is a movement in consciousness. And our minds are eternally becoming more aware of our infinite nature. If there is an infinite, that means there's one consciousness. It is infinite, it is everywhere present, and it's always present. And that consciousness divided itself into many parts, which are you, I, and everyone else. So we're a point of consciousness. So we're a movement. That individualization that we are is a movement within the one consciousness. And our movement within that one consciousness is there to awaken us to have a greater and greater and greater perspective of all that's available to us, that there's nothing that we're limited to. Last week, I talked about the mantra, so hum. So hum means realize thyself. And if you really start to reflect on those two words, realize thyself, it's about realizing that you are infinite, that infinite possibilities exist for you, which means your potential to experience life is without bounds, and that you are the master of who uses it. You control the pace, you control the depth, you control the width, you control the coloring, you control the sound, you control everything. Because your mind, being part of infinite consciousness, has the same power. You are a creator. You create your life. That's the gift. That's what Soha means. Realize thyself. Realize that you are a creator. You're a part of the one. The power of the one is fully present in you. There are no limitations whatsoever. This life is here for your pleasure. Can you feel it? Can you begin to believe it? That's the key. Can you begin to believe it? You see, the mystic has always known that the answer to any problem always exists within our own mind. The answer that I'm seeking is not in someone else. The answer I am seeking is within me. It's in the level of awareness I have that I will get the answer, because the level of awareness I have will choose the right words to be expressed through me. Someone else may have an answer, but because of their perspective, because they're different, the words, the feelings, whatever, I may not know. But the mystic being the one who is connected to the infinite, the one who understands that their consciousness is a part of the all consciousness, understands that every answer comes from within. That's why it's important to develop a great ability to have a conversation with yourself. And not a conversation where you're putting yourself down, a conversation where you're judging yourself, but a conversation about, wow, you have the ability to expand beyond anything you've imagined. Where do you want to take your ability today? What expansion, what area of life do you want to focus on today? How do you want to expand? Where do you want to expand? With who do you want to expand? Who do you want to share the journey with? Where do you want to do it? But realize the where is not important. The where is always within your mind. It doesn't matter where on the planet you're doing it. There's no spot on the planet that's more sacred than the spot where you are. You can't go to Sedona, you can't go to the Himalayas and it be more sacred than where you are. That's a perception. The fact of the matter is, the sacred is always right where you are. That's the mystical. And isn't it great to be in a mystery? Because that's what makes life fun, is being in the mystery. Our ability to create is only limited by our imagination. So what stops us from imagining? My God, the answers to this are infinite. First off, we're taught, be in the real world. What's the real world? It's really sort of funny. Stop daydreaming, Lee. Mom and Dad talking to me. Lee, what makes you think you can have life that great? What makes you think you're worthy? My mother first said to me when I became a minister, what makes you think that you can help other people? What makes you think that you understand spirituality? What makes you think you can do that? That was my mother. But my imagination was, I knew I could do it. I knew I could teach spiritual principles in a way that people could hear it and they could apply these principles and that they could change their life. You see, my mother had the old image of a priest, that the priest was the intermediary between God. It's not what I teach. I'm not an intermediary between you and the infinite. You have a direct relationship with the infinite. I'm here to tell you, hey, explore that. Explore your oneness with it. Explore the power within you. I don't have more power than you. I have the same power that you are. I want to be a light and example for you. But I am not your savior. I'm not the traditional guru. I'm not the traditional priest, imam, rabbi. I don't believe in that. We don't need that anymore. What we desire is to have a personal relationship with the infinite. And when we do, there is nothing better because we open ourselves with that relationship to infinite potential. You see, without imagination to create a new direction, we are destined to have an average experience. It's real interesting today. If you're buying into whatever the masses are talking about, you're going to have an experience of the masses. And it could be the masses in your city, could be the masses in your church, it could be the masses in your country, it could be the masses in your continent, it could be the masses of the world. But you weren't here to buy in. You weren't here to have an average experience. You were here to have an unlimited, infinite, unique experience of life that no one else on the planet will ever have. Because remember, the world, the cosmos is infinite, meaning there is no duplication of anything. There's no other person on the planet like you. There may be a vibrational frequency that's similar, but no one's going to be like you exactly. There's always going to be uniqueness. So stop trying to make people be in your image. Stop trying to make people be different than what they are. Stop trying to make yourself like anyone else. Be unique. What can you imagine for yourself? I'm imagining right now I'm a best-selling author. I'm working on my book. It's getting closer every day. And I'm literally visualizing people picking up the book, reading it, and finding gems of wisdom that they apply in their lives and they change their life. It's not for me how many books I sell when I sell books. It's about, am I touching another human being's heart? Am I opening the door to them seeing their power and they create a better life for themselves, a unique life, a life with imagination? See, that's my dream. Just touching one heart at a time, because it's all I can do. Every day, I believe we should take time to program ourselves to move forward and to experience our dreams. That's right. We should take the time every morning to program. We should create our daily program. And when we create it, we should clearly state our desire. We should take time to visualize it and then accept it as already being accomplished. So I've set a desire to be a world-renowned, best-selling author. I can see the book. I see the cover. I see the pages. I see the font. I see the chapters. I see the light that emanates from this book, the energy that radiates from this book. I see people picking up this book and reading it and saying, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. I can see people talking to me and sharing with me their stories about how they use these same powers that I'm writing about in their life and how it demonstrated for them. And I'm getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of stories told to me. And what I see is that when they're telling me the stories, my light and their light keep getting brighter and brighter. And as we build our brighter lights, other people see the light and they want it. And we expand the awareness and consciousness of the entire planet. I do that every morning because I'm the creator of my dream. And I'm willing to invest the time to make that dream come true. We do not recognize our infinite potential through external action, but rather through awakening to our inner knowing. That's our power. It's when we know something at the very core of all that we are, that the power of the universe of infinite intelligence births it, makes it so. There is nothing that can possibly get in its way. Because when a belief is embodied, when a belief is lived, when a belief is spoken clearly into the universe with love and gratitude makes it so. So I invite you to step today into your infinite possibilities, to your infinite potential, and start creating your dream, living your dream, and making your dream come true. Because it's why you're here. And your greatest dream is what you're worthy of.